Welcome to my Thursday Live. For those of you who don't know me, I am the CEO and co-founder of Tori Belle Cosmetics, and welcome. All right, we have something super extra fun today, and it is Katy Perry. So we are going to do, I love these pro tips. We're going to do a pro tip on how to look like this picture. So that will be super fun. Now, most of the time I'm just like, let's just imitate this makeup style. But in this case, I'm actually going to try to make myself look as much like her as possible and also imitate the makeup style. So this will take a few minutes longer than normal, and you can see we're starting with an entirely blank canvas today. All right, are you ready? Let's just do this thing. All right, let me put Katy away here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna do our eyes first. If you can, you should always do your eyes first, because that way you can wipe off anything underneath them when you're done. All right, so what we're gonna use is our Flat Earth palette, and we're going to use, for our eyes, use my palette, my best friend, and obviously our brush cleaner, and our amazing brushes. There we go. We're gonna use our Ultra Wing Liner. We're going to use our Sparkle Lash. Super fun. Let's see what else we're going to use in my eyes. Oh, very important. Our silver, all that glitters. Alrighty. Eddie, show me that girl. I'm ready. Okay, so we're going to start with the eyes. Now, as you can see, she has like a very 1950s, almost like an Amy Winehouse swoop going on. So the thing about Katy Perry is that she has very round eyes. And so for me to make my eyes look round like her eyes, I'm definitely going to want to kind of highlight that middle part. And then, just a lot of like up in the middle. So the first thing we're going to do is her eyeshadow. She doesn't really have that much eyeshadow on, if you look at it, right? She's got a little bit of like this terracotta and some of this porcelain, and that's about it. All right, so that's the easy part. So I'm going to go into my, actually, it's so light on her. I'm actually going to do my porcelain first. So I'm just going to do the whole area with porcelain. So here we go. And remember, we are patting as we move. That way we're distributing the powder really well. Okay. Here we go, you guys. This isn't really that hard. What makes it hard, her look isn't difficult, but looking like her is the difficult part. Now wipe that off. I'm going to go into this terracotta here. And I'm just going to do my whole lid and about halfway up from my lid line up to my eyebrow, from the crease. Just doing that whole thing. Now remember how round her eyes are, so I'm going to make sure I really am going in a round motion. See, I'm going way up in the middle. And we'll get this. Oh, and this. I think I need to be up in the middle more on this side. Easy, and now we blend. So we're going to take our blending brush, and we're just going to go in circles. I'm going to take my porcelain and use it to blend because she really has just a light bit of shadow on here. It's really more about the eyeliner. And it's definitely matte, which is why I picked Flat Earth. There we go. I feel good about that one. And this one. It's funny, usually the eyes are the hard part. In this case, with the exception of that silver, the eyes are actually going to be the easy part. Okay. Now then. I feel like I'm going from easiest to hardest. All right. Here's where it gets a little bit more challenging. So we are going to do a like Amy Winehouse kind of a swoop here, right? So the way to figure out where you want to put this swoop is you want to connect your outer corner of your eye with where your eyebrow should end. Remember, not necessarily, because if you have like shallow eyebrows you fill in, you don't want to do it where it is now, where it's going to end up, right? So for me, it's about like this. And you can always just hold up, let me get a skinnier one. Woo! Hello, a brush. You can always just hold that up, and if you want to line it up with the middle of your lips, that helps too. So you can see where you really want that to be, right? Okay. Now then, here we go. I'm not a huge wing doer normally, so we're figuring this out together. Okay, so no, the way I normally do a wing is that I draw it and then I fill it in. So first I do that line between the corner and where I want it to stop. And if you have, crepey skin like I do, give it just a light tug, very lightly. You can go either direction. I'm going to go from where I'm going to stop. And then I make a line straight across. I know it looks curved, but once you open your eyes, it gives it a swoop. So we're going to go straight across. And we're going to go all the way down to the corner. There we go. And then we're going to fill that in, and then we're going to get it a little bit bigger. So you don't want to do the whole thing at once, because if you make a mistake, then you've got to go back in with your remover and all that. It's easier to do a little and then make it a little bigger. And if you have a hard time moving it this way because your hands are shaky or whatever, just tap. You can just lay it down like this, and that will do the job, and you don't have to worry about your hands shaking. Oh, I got some under there. It's fine. Okay, that's not too bad. I feel like, though, because her eyes are so round, now I'm going to go up in the middle a little bit more, and this is where we really imitate the shape of her face. You want to bring this up right in that middle. You guys see that? So that it made my eyes look rounder, right? Do this one. And you guys, I don't know, if you know me, you know my hands are shaky. So if I can do this, so can you. Okay. Trying to do it in a way that you guys can see it too, so. I feel like that's the hardest part. That one line, that's the part that's hard. And you guys see how as I push it down, it makes it a little bit thicker? That is a really nice thing about these pens, is it's a calligraphy style pen. So if you use it on its side, if you push it a little bit more, it's going to help you fill in. It's bigger in the middle. This one is bigger than the other one, so I'll just make the other one a little bigger in a sec. I might have gone a little crazy right there. It's fine. We'll just fix it. There we go. No problem, right? Okay, but this one is bigger than this one, so I'm just going to fill this in a little bit more, a little bit straighter across. So they match. There. Easy peasy. Now then, next thing, we get rid of our crazy line. Your crazy line is your tight line, and it's right under your upper eyelashes. And the reason we do that is, one, because you don't want to have kind of like missing spots between your lashes and your natural lashes and your false lashes. Also, because that white line under there does make you look crazy. It should be like this. So, take your pinky, very gently pull up. I know it's attractive, right? Do not do this without pulling up, because you will poke yourself in the eye. I am not kidding. I've done it many times. It hurts. And then we just go right into those lashes just under them. And this is super, super waterproof, so you can use this on your tight line. It will dry and it will stay on. Most liners will not stay on your tight line. And then if you've got little spots that you see, kind of light spots, just fill them in a bit. And fingers are tooled. If you miss, just wipe it off. It's fine. Alrighty. Now then, let's take a good look at her. Okay, so her eyeliner also goes down just a little bit on that outside edge. So I'm going to bring it down just a little more. Down here. And it looks like, I'd say it goes, let me look at her on my phone too so I can get it really close up. Yeah, it just barely goes down. So we're just going to barely go down right there. Just a tiny little bit. Pull that up there. Just to blend it. There we go. Voila, easy peasy. All right, now she has a silver, a very bright silver line right across the top of that. So we are going to take our very bright, amazing silver, all that glitters, and I'm not going to use it out of here. I'm going to actually put it on a brush. Let me find it. One of our eyeliner brushes. Voila. put this on an eyeliner brush. And we're going to just kind of be careful with it. This one, again, don't try to draw, just touch. It's way easier. All right, so just touch. Oops, I put it on the wrong side. Let me get it on the other side. There we go. All right, and we're touching, we're touching. You don't have to try to do too much at once. It's just so much easier to just do it in little pieces than it is to just try to go crazy on the whole thing. Move from inside. The other nice thing about this is that if your black line is a little thick, you can put this right over it and it'll thin it out a bit. So you have a lot of control with this. Fix any little boo-boos in the other part. Oops, I'll fix that in a minute. Fixing is fine. Okay, and hers, she goes to a real point right out like this. So ours will too. There we go. Other eye. See, this isn't so bad. The big tricks are just, do it in a way that's easy to control. Here we go. And I'm just doing a little at a time. Get some more on here. Okay. And I'm really only putting it on one side of my brush. There's really no reason for it to be on both sides. Just the side I'm using at the moment. So you guys can see this part. This is where I'm like, okay, how do I do it so you guys can see me? Just touch at a time. This stuff is so bright. Look how totally opaque it is. There we go. Yay. Okay, not hard. I'm gonna let that dry for a bit while we do other stuff. All right. Now, I'm gonna do, here's the thing. She doesn't have a bunch of makeup on under her eyes, but she does have, see if you guys can see that somewhat, but she does have kind of, her eyes are not only round, but they're sort of forward set. So it gives her a shadow under her eye that I don't have in the same place. So I'm going to add that shadow with makeup. So I'm going to go back into my flat earth. Here we go. And I'm going to go back into that same terracotta. And I'm going to grab my blender because it's a nice shape for this. So roll that in there. And I'm going to go from that corner under, and I want it to be a little thicker under to create that shadow that she has naturally there. And her shadow there is a little bit reddish, so that's why I'm picking the terracotta. I'm just using the colors that already exist in her face. There we go. So the idea for this is to, one, mimic the shape of her face, but also to give shadows that match the shadows that she has, because her and I do not look alike. So we're going to see how close we can get, right? All right, so there we go. Now that we didn't have any fallout, so we don't really have to worry about that. All right, so now I'm going to do my foundation. So I'm going to go with 130. Just a little bit tan in that picture. And I like to use my blending and/or contour brush. And I'm just going to literally shake this and then put it right on my face. And just do the whole thing. And I do, just a few spots at a time. Kind of give them a little start. And we haven't done our eyebrows yet, so we're good there. I think, a lot of people, especially stars and such, they have so much makeup on their eyes, and they do a couple coats of primer and foundation, and then, they're still taking parts off underneath. It's a long process, but she does not have a ton of eye makeup on. She really doesn't. So, we didn't need to do that with this, but there's a lot of, if you're going to imitate people, oftentimes you're going to see that for sure. We're just going to blend this all in. So when we go back and forth like this, we're moving product from one place to the other. And when we go in circles, like that, we're blending it. So here I'm just trying to move it into the spot I want it without interrupting anything else. And then here, blending. You guys, I don't know about you, but if you have tried this, this is the lightest, best coverage foundation you can get. I mean, period. It is literally the best in the world. if you haven't tried it, you have to. We had, I mean, this happens all the time, but I had a friend, my sister's friend, who she put a little makeup on her, and she was like, "What is this foundation? Oh my God!" And she was so excited. And I forget sometimes, you know, because I'm used to always having it, like what it's like to have other foundations, and it was frustrating. So, highly, highly recommend it if you do not have it. Give it a good blend. Okay, better. Now I'm going to take our concealer. I'm going to take a smaller brush. Let's see what I have here that I like. I'm going to small angle brush. That's a little bit big. Where's a smaller angle brush? Accent. Here we go. I'm going to take this little accent brush. I'm going to clean it really well. The last thing I want to do is, oh wait, I have one that's got a little lighter color stuff on it. There we go. Shake. Shake, shake, shake. Oop, I got a little silver up here. I'll fix it in a minute. And I'm just going to do a little under my eyes. And then we're going to start contouring to look like her. That's the hard part. Okay. So nothing at this point needs to be perfect. It just needs to be on there because we're going to add a lot over it. And I do like, once I get this on here, I like to tap with my finger. You know, fingers are your skin and they have the same texture. So it's a nice way to just blend, especially when you're kind of at the beginning. See how well, I mean, fingers are tools. They are really good tools. And you have tons of control over them. You know how to use your own hands. So we're just tapping. And every time we tap, we move just a little product from one place to another. Nice blend. Except for when there's a hair on you. There we go. Blending. So fingers, though, are not like brushes. You are not blending when you're going in circles. You're rubbing in and oftentimes rubbing off. So fingers, we just tap. Tap, tap, tap. A lot of tapping. All right, there we go. Looking better. All right, now let's figure out the shape of her face. We're gonna go, well, she's got bangs, so we're not gonna go from the top to bottom. Normally I would. I'm just gonna kind of guess up here because I don't know what that looks like. So we're just guess there, but really gonna start right around the eyebrows. So I'm gonna go with my blush and or contour brush. Actually, I lied. I'm gonna go with my contour blending brush only because it's kind of harder. And I want something that has, you know, some hardness to it, because what we want to do is we want to get enough on to actually change the shape of my face, and then we'll blend it in. So you can see that her face, her shadows are very like tan. She's definitely got bronzer on. So we're going to start with that, and I'm going to go into my 165 right here with this brush, and I am going to, you can see that about halfway from up her eyebrow, she is definitely darker, and then down in a C to her chin. So, and I'm just going to put it on. I'm going to blend it in a minute, so don't worry. Don't be like, oh God, what did I? I mean, you can be like that, but I'll fix it. So we're just going to make that shape that we see on her face. And hers goes almost out to her mouth. So we want to go out to her mouth, my mouth, not her mouth. Silly. Same thing here, make it match. Halfway. So we're just like looking and finding spots that you can identify. It's like, oh, okay, that's halfway through her eyebrow, right? All right, I can find that spot. Oh, that's under her cheekbone and almost to her mouth. Those kinds of things. This is basically like drawing. When you draw a face on a piece of paper, that paper doesn't look like that face until you shaded it, right? It just looks like paper. So it's basically the same thing we're doing here, is we are drawing a face over our face, effectively. Okay, so she has a very nice jawline. So we're gonna go back in here, and we're going to get, and her jawline's a little rounder than mine, and so I'm gonna really kind of take this corner off right here with my contour. So I'm gonna go right like this. And you see I'm coming up a little bit more than my natural jawline. Can you see that? I'm gonna do that. So we wanna imitate the shape of her face under the chin. Definitely in the fluffier part. Same on this side. We want to get a lot on there. We'll blend it, don't worry. But it's a little different because it's a drawing. It's not just contouring, but we are really changing the shape of the face, so that's important. And she has you know who she looks like a bit in the face if you guys look? Jacqueline Maines, or Jacqueline. Don't you think? All right, so now just for giggles, I'm just gonna assume that she has a shorter forehead than I do, and I'm gonna also do up here. I don't actually know what her forehead looks like under that hair, but I'm just going with it. Because, you know, I gotta have something there. Okay, now let's consider her nose. Actually, let me blend this out first so it's not distracting, and then we'll consider her nose. So I'm gonna take a different one of our brushes. I'm gonna blend. So you guys know we're circling, circle, circle, circle. When this is all done, we'll put a layer of powder over it to also blend. So don't freak out if it's not perfect when you're blending, because this is not the last step either. There's a lot of steps. And when you're down here, don't get too crazy because we don't want to bring a bunch of the light into that dark. We don't want a line, but we also don't want not a line. Does that make sense? Okay, probably not, but I hope you get what I mean. Like you want to keep enough of a line that it looks like a shadow, not just makeup, not blended makeup or like eyeshadow or something. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. All right, what are we thinking? Let me look at this side a little bit so I can see my whole face, not just pieces of it. Pretty good, I think. And of course, she's way younger than me, by the way. So a little grace on that one, pretty please. All right, let's contemplate her nose. I'm gonna look up close here. Okay, so her nose is definitely thinner than mine, and it's thinner, much thinner right here than mine is. Mine's pretty thick right there. Hers is very thin. It goes in and then straight down. So I'm gonna go back to my accent brush, small accent brush. Actually, I'm gonna go one size bigger. I'm gonna go with my medium accent brush, angled one, nice and clean. Okay, I'm gonna go back into my 165 here, and I'm gonna just look at where the shadow hits her nose. So it kind of goes in and then out like this. And so we're gonna go in and then out like that. Go in and then out. And she has a more triangular nose at the end than I do, so I'm gonna draw a triangle. We're just copying the shadows on her face, basically, with makeup. Okay, not too bad, right? We'll blend it, don't worry. So hers comes up a little higher here too. Go up a little higher. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna draw that down so that we keep the line, but we blend this part. So we're gonna use the same brush and go down. Probably have to do some little circles to really get it to blend, but just don't circle up past that line. Here we go. Okay, and so her nose, she has a very straight little nose here. I like really stare at it, but it's, you know, okay. New plan, accidents happen. I think hers comes out a little bit more right here. So I'm just gonna, use my favorite tools, my fingers, and wipe a bit of that off because I think hers is really more shadows over here. There we go. A little triangle there, and then over this way. That feels more like her. Okay. Down. Getting there. Okay, so we're going to go into that porcelain now, and we're going to do this center of her nose. Here we go. Go right down the middle. Get across here, and then right down the middle. And then we'll come out like hers does. More triangular like that. And we'll keep adjusting this until it's just right. There we go. Don't worry, there will be more blending. Still, I think hers is a little bit straighter. So back in here, like right here. There we go. That makes more sense. I have a very square nose. See, like it's literally a square. If you looked at hers, you'd see a triangle. So turning my square into her triangle is a bit of a trick. So it's like these little edges right here. That's the part we want to kind of cover up, but still have it come out more triangularly. I assume that's the word. Right under that. There's a bit of a trick to it. It's fine. Okay, other parts of her face. So the distance between her mouth and her nose isn't a lot, right? She has, when she's smiling, she has kind of, so we'll do that with our lips. And then let's see, she has definitely a lot of highlight here and blush. So let's do those. She has a nice pinky blush. I'm going to use our Himalayan salt. This guy, very pink. Use our blush brush. And you can see she's just in that space between where highlighter goes, where the sun hits, and where the contour is. So we're going to go right there. And she goes all the way to the crease here. So all the way to the crease. Yeah. Makes it kind of easy because it's easy to follow. And just smile and go right for it. She's got quite a bit on. There you go. All right. So now, highlight-wise, I don't actually know if I have one over here, but I can make it work. Let's see. I have, so this is the white gold from our 24K palette. So I'm just going to put this on this little brush here. This is a blender, but I just want something kind of small because she's really only got it in this little triangle right here. There you go. You just want a little light to hit right there. This little triangle. Most people wear it like way back, but hers really isn't, the very brightest part isn't that far back. So we're just going to be really, just a little bit right there. Okay. All right. Look at her face. All right, let's do eyebrows. So she has, I'm using the Works kit. She has eyebrows that are pretty thin, right? And they're definitely brown. So let's see. Does that look like her eyebrow? Maybe. Just the smallest one. I feel like Pixie, they're similar. I mean, it's funny because on your face they're not so similar, but when you look at them here they are. Let's see. This one is smaller. I think this one. I think we'll go with Angel. And that looks like a very similar shape to her eye. So normally I would not use the whole thing. I would do part and part, but this is such a similar shape to her eye. I think it's just better to do it all in one fell swoop so it looks like her instead of tracing my own lashes. So there you go. Got our brown the Works, and it comes with a brush. There you go. Guys, this stuff is very pigmented, so just, you know, be a little gentle when you first use it. All right. So what we do is we put this right over where we want it to be. And I feel like hers, angle-wise, let's see. The beginning of her brow is just a little inside her, like, corner of her eye. So not too far, though. So we don't want to go too far. I feel like right about there. And then the arch is out a little ways, so like maybe right about here. So we're going to kind of draw over my, okay, so when you do this, you want to hold it with 2 fingers, like that. And then you want to go from the plastic on to this. You don't want to go in and then push down because you'll go past the stencil. So we want to make sure that we start on the plastic and go in nice upward strokes. Get in there. And hold it on nice and still because you don't want this all over the place. But keep it in one spot. And then we'll touch it up after. It's good to go in strokes that are like hairs. Voila! Katy Perry, maybe. I feel like I could go up a little higher Let me see. I'm going to do the other one up just slightly higher, and then we'll adjust. Okay. And then you just want to flip it over. I'm going to use a different one. I mean, not a different one, but yeah, a different one. I'm going to use a different stencil so that I don't flip it and get... When you guys are using stencils, by the way, between the two, wipe it off. Okay, so I feel like having done this eye, I feel like hers are just a little higher. So I'm going to bring this one up a bit, and then I'll just fix the other one. All right. There we go. These things are a little trial and error, just like drawing. You wouldn't draw without an eraser, right? Same deal. See, I feel like that, yeah, this one is definitely better than this one. All right, so take this. Okay, new plan. First, fix this one. So I'm just gonna pull this up a little bit right here. Make it match up a little bit more so it's not quite so low, and I'll adjust my shadow right there in a minute. A little less right here. Go. Okay, now take this and I'm going to just do a little drawing to make it match hers. So I'll make a nice straight line because hers is a nice straight line, and hers have a little bit more arch. So I'm going to bring that arch up a little and down a little bit like this, like hers. Straight like that. There we go. And this side too. And she has a little sort of a tadpole end on hers where it's just a little bit rounded right here and a little bit bigger. So we'll add that little tadpole head. A lot of people do that, or like they call it like a comma tadpole, things like that. I don't naturally have that, so I am adding it. I think I have the browner eyes. I will also add to the mystique of looking like Katy Perry since my hair is darker than this. All right, so now then, put that guy down and this guy down. Okay, let's do some lips. All right, so I have my Posh. Like, how are her lips different than my lips? They aren't that far apart. They're a little bit thinner. So let's put a little of our 130. I'm actually just going to put this on my finger and do my lips. This way we just have a little bit more control. I don't normally put foundation under my lipstick because I think it makes it, well, it's just another layer and it's just not as smooth and soft. But if you're imitating someone else's face, you got to get rid of your own lips, right? You can sure tell the coverage is good though. And that's a fun noise. Okay. There we go. I look like a skeleton. Wait, I don't know. How do skeletons, like, I don't know. Feel skeletal. I don't know. Alrighty. I got Posh. I feel like she's very poshy looking, right now? Okay. So her upper lip isn't real big in the middle, and it goes out quite a bit to the side. So I'm going to go just to the inside of my natural lip line. Like this. And make sure I go all the way to the corner. And get that under part, which yes, it's going to get on my teeth and then I'll fix it. Okay, now her bottom lip, kind of the same thing. It's It's not, it doesn't go really down in the front. It's a little square. Okay, so we're going to want to, instead of going like down, down, we're going to want to square it off. So I'm going to go straight across. There we go. I'll darken it up in a sec. All right. Here, you know what? I think I need, oh, I was going to put radiance on it. Radiance would be good. I might need a little darker color though. I'm blind as a bat. I wonder if this is actually posh or if it's bare. It's, I can't see. What is that? I'm so blind.
There.
Oh, it's, okay, see, that's why. I'll find some posh in a minute. We'll go over it. We'll just call this our, like, first layer. Let's see, is it right there? No, somebody will find it and bring it to me in a minute. Okay, now then. Okay, we have most of our eyeshadow on. We're going to touch up the black. We have our eyebrows, and we're going to blend this in a bit more. We have our blush. We have a little highlighter. I think we're good. So let's do some blending and some powdering. Okay, so I'm going to take my powder brush. Here we go. And I'm going to go back into my 130 in my palette, and now I'm just going to do a layer both to set and to blend everything, so it's not quite so harsh, right? Here we go. You don't want to look super harsh. So you notice under her eyes how she has like this, like right here is lighter, and then she has a little bit more shadow than I do, so we're going to actually add that onto my face. All right, so let's go with this guy. This is our large angle brush, large accent brush. And I'm gonna go into, what about, go like back into my 165. I'm gonna blow it off though. I don't want a lot. And I'm gonna go just above that little line there. Right here, V. And I'm gonna actually darken, weirdly, that area of my eye. How cool is that? Doesn't that make a massive difference just suddenly? Shadow is fun. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I like to use the largest brush I can use for anything I'm doing. Because if you use a small one, you're going to end up with lines. So you want to use the biggest brush you can use without being too big that you're going to miss, right? So that is what I like to do. You think? Getting there, getting there, getting the shadow that's under her eyes. Let's see, a little bit more here. And then I will blend that out. Okay, I'll take my powder brush, back into my 120. I'm gonna hold on to this a little, just to give it a little bit more structure. And I'm just gonna move it back and forth to give it a good blend. There we go. There, I think that helped get more of the shape of her face under there. And then we're gonna need a little bit more highlighter on the top. And I'm looking for oh look, I got the lips. I'm looking for my Stark Naked palette. They're gonna hate me. They're gonna be like, why are you like this? I don't have it, but I bet it shows up real quick. All right, so I'm just gonna go over the lips I already did with Posh. Now that I can see, oh, I can't see, but now that I have the right one. And as I said, got it on my teeth. All right. Voila. On the bright side, it was a good transitional color to follow. There we go. That is definitely better, especially once we put some gloss on. All right, so we got that. Voila, Stark Naked. Magic. All right, so I'm gonna take again. Actually, do I want to go a size bigger than this? No, I think I'm good. All right, so I'm gonna go into the Ivory Glow in our Stark Naked palette. And remember how we were talking about how she's got that kind of a light ledge there with a little triangle? We're gonna lighten that up right there, that little ledge, so that it really matches the shape of her face more. I'm going to use my fingers again just to blend that in a bit. It's not too harsh. We don't want it to just disappear on us. I think. Okay. Got that. Now then, I think the tip of her nose, for sure. And we're going to go, I like to use for noses, I like to use the blending brush because I just think it's a nice shape. So I'm going to go straight down the middle of my nose. Hopefully you guys can see this. Straight down the middle, like that. And then I'm going to draw, let's see, I'm looking at her over there. I'm going to take a little tip here. I'm going to go down, not that far, down here a bit. There you go, just to get that shape right there. And I'm also going to take my larger brush, this one, and I'm going to do just a little bit right up here because she's got quite a lot of light right there. So we want to blend that. We'll put a little bit of powder over it too so it's not too shiny. We don't want to be super, super shiny, right? And also she definitely has more color in her chin. So let's see. And it's a little half circle. See, it's a little half circle? You want to go like that. So we have a similar color there. And so she has a little divot in her chin. So I'm going to go back into my 160 and I'm going to put that, and it's just about this shape, you guys. Look, I'm just going to go like this. Boop. Divot. That was easy. Maybe I'll blend it just a little. Isn't it crazy how you can just make a little, like, what's it called? A dimple, cleft chin. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie knows all the things. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to powder over these so it's not so harsh. Okay, I'm going to go back to my eyeshadow. First things first, let me check it out. I'm going to get my Ultra Wing liner. I'm going to touch up anything that I got the glitter on I didn't mean to. First, it's a nice straight line. There you go. And also, I got a little bit of glitter right here. I'm just going to scrape that off. There we go. All right, I'm going to take a really good look at the corner of her eyes. All right. Yep, so it goes, put a teeny bit more glitter right into the corners because her glitter goes right into that corner. Brush. Most of the time when I use glitter, I just use it on the little, this is called a doe foot, by the way. Isn't that a cute name? On the little doe foot, but not if I'm going to use this eyeliner. If I'm going to use this eyeliner, I'm going to use an eyeliner pencil, or an eyeliner brush, just because it's, you know, it's a small space. Doe foot's not that little. There we go. Right to that corner. Voila. Okay, now then, very important, obviously, is our lashes. So, because it's Katy Perry and she has all the sparkle on, we're going to go with Sparkle Lash. One of my all-time favorite lashes that has these beautiful rhinestones on it. Yay! Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to trim this down. I'm actually going to trim it from the outside because she doesn't have a huge lash on. So, you know, if you trim them from the outside, they get a little shorter. If you trim them from the inside, they're longer. And I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Blind lady. There we go. And I cut 2 little magnets off. There we go. There's one. Put it back in the thing. This guy. 2. Get it. There we go. 2. Okay. And now we're going to put on our liner. I'm going to use gold liner right here. Okay, so with the gold liner, you guys, so this is a, it's like a silicone tip. So you don't want to draw with it. It's just like the other liner, you want to touch it. So it's really more about tapping, especially if you have something on like this silver and you want to make really sure you don't mess up your silver. It's also one of the nice reasons to have your liner on first is because, one, you don't use as much of this, and 2, it gives you a great template. You know where to go. I'm like, I feel like I could have gone out a little further, but it'll be fine. Unfortunately, I don't have contacts, or I'd make my eyes blue. That would be awesome. All right, let that dry. I feel like I still need a little bit more, like right under my eyes, to really kind of get that look that she has right there. So I'm gonna go into the smaller brush, little blender, and I'm just gonna blow that off. See, she's got really, it's like right here. I feel like there's just a little spot that she has that is different than me. You see how she has that darker spot there? I think that helps quite a bit. And it's the same right under her nose. Like, you don't see this part of her under nose so much. It comes down to more of a point. So I'm going to kind of just see if I can't kind of make that blend out a bit and make it lighter here. Noses are very hard to change while on your face, unless you're a surgeon. I'm just saying. That's like the hardest part, I think, of doing these kinds of things. All right, so is my face triangle-y enough? Like my nose here. I feel like it needs to have this like swoopiness. So this is the part now where I'm just kind of going back in and making some little adjustments while I'm waiting for it to dry. So I feel like this could be a little swoopier right here. It's funny, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing she really looks a lot like Jacqueline to me, which is so funny. I did not notice that in the past. Okay, and then let's see. Oh, a little uneven right there. I think that part's pretty good. Pretty good. Just gotta get right here. It's funny, just all these little tiny differences. So then her eyebrows, I feel like mine are too close right here. So I'm gonna lighten that up right there, because that'll make it look a little higher. Anything that you make lighter comes out, anything you make darker goes in, so it makes a shadow. So always remember that. If you want something to look more prominent, just make it lighter. There we go. All right, so let's put on, well, first I'm going to put on a little bit of just our blush, Ignite, just to give it an initial little shimmer there. I was going to use Radiance, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll just use the Diamond. I don't know. Which one looks more? Well, let me try it. I mean, more's merrier, right? So I'm going to put on our Radiance and see how it goes. Oh, yeah. That actually was really good. See? I feel like the middle, when I'm smiling, I can have a little bit more Cupid's bow. It's all just going back and making little adjustments. So make a little bit more Cupid's bow right here. It tickles. That's the part that gets me. The tickles. It's the Cupid's bow. That's the bad part. Oh my gosh. So tickly. Might be a bit much. Okay. See, Q-tip. Give this a little bit less. Oh shoot. I'm not perfect. I mean, there was never a question about whether or not I was perfect, but I'm just reiterating, I'm not. I make boo-boos all of the time. All right, lashes. Here we go. So, this guy on. I love this silver, by the way, you guys. Isn't that cool? So pretty. And I only did one layer of liner, as you saw, so I'm probably going to put some anchors on too. But that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Okay. Lashes are amazing. Okay. A couple anchors. I just do my fingers, but I know you can obviously use the applicator. I don't know why. It's easier for me to use my fingers. insides. So for the insides, I gotta tell you guys, that's the hardest part for me. So if I like put my head up like this and then do the thing like you do with your liner, then I just touch my skin under there and pull out until it connects and it doesn't bug me. I cannot just like stick something in the corner of my eye like that. Like I cannot. I have to do it like up so it's not bugging me, and then like that. Voila. Okay, so I feel like I could put some more silver on. Now that I have the lashes on, I feel like I don't see as much of the silver. So let's do a little, pull them down a little bit so I see it. I'm gonna do another little bit. Why not, right? Okay. We all like silver. Here we go. This guy. Oops. This guy. Okay. The only part about this that's difficult is, of course, I can't see what I'm doing very well through the lashes. Kind of guessing right there. I think the important part's more the outer and the inner. Oh, just touch my nose. Silver nose. Yeah, more silver is better. More is definitely better. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let's see. I have lips. She has like, well, no, when I smile, it's fine. I feel like I need a little bit more like color, like blush. What do you think, Bea?
I mean, I think it looks better in person than on camera, maybe, but maybe a little bit darker.
Maybe a little bit darker cheek. Okay. And it's hard to tell because everybody's cameras are a little bit different, right? Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit more cheek. Pink. I think maybe I need a little bit darker blush. Do I have a pomegranate? Oops. Or, I know I'll do. It's fine. I'm just going to use the, same as I used on my eyes, I'm just going to use the terracotta.
Perfect.
Because that is a really lovely blush color. I feel like that's better. And then the nice lighter pink right there. That seems friendlier. Okay. What else am I missing? Oh, wait. Ooh. Could it be a sparkly shirt? Yes. We definitely need a sparkly shirt. Look, I am so sparkly. It's not quite the same, but it's what I had handy, sort of. Denise ironed things on for me. But there's something else I'm missing. The wig. Okay, you guys, take a good look at what she looked like before. I don't know. What do you guys think? Washington girls are unforgettable. Okay, so that was fun and epic, and I'm sure I could get it even more perfect, but I feel very Katy Perry over here. I don't know. What do you guys think? They feel like I'm Katy Perry-ish. This is super fun. I need to like do the thing where she's like this. Like from the, you remember from California Girls when she's in the cloud? She's all. All right. Let's move on to normal things. What you got for me, Bea?
Your notes are right there.
Oh, I got them. All right. So I'm going to take us right off the bat because we don't have a whole lot of time left. I'm sure like 2 minutes. So we have a huge sale, and it is in honor of, it's a Canadian-American sale because it is both Canada's and the U.S.'s Independence Days. And so in Canada, in the U.S., we are having the red, white for Canada and blue for the U.S. sale. So red, white, blue sale, yay! Okay, so everything is 20% off. That is red, white, and blue. And that is our Red Velvet Kisses, our Red Ignite, our Watermelon 24K Lip Gloss, our Spirit Stackers in red, silver, and blue, Spirit Bling in red, royal blue, navy blue, and silver, and our Midnight Lash. there you have it. We also have what I'm calling the accidental flash sale. So last night, there was a little error on the website, and somebody said, can you confirm that the price of, I'm falling apart over here, that the price of, what was it, 9 to 5s are $35 for the bundle? And I was like, yeah, that's right. That's definitely right. What are you talking about? Yeah, that wasn't right. So I made it right. And so now we are having until 9 o'clock tonight in the US and Canada, and you have a day in the UK. So 24 hours in the UK. We're having a flash sale on 9 to 5 bundles, which are now $35 a piece. Yay! Sorry, Jason. He called me. He was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh.
Whatever I want.
Whatever I want. All right. Just a reminder, June Makeup Fix items. They are for sale right now. Alexandrite Lash, All the Glitter Silver, and all 4 All the Glitters, and the Lash of the Month, which is, shockingly, that 9 to 5 extra sale. All right. And then we have our birthday lash sale. Okay, so this is the last week of the birthday lash sale, you guys, and we're starting to sell out of a lot of the limited time or limited edition lashes, limited time only lashes. So if you want any of those limited time lashes, go get them because they are really starting to run low, and now is the moment. We have our 24K lip tint available, and people are loving it. And we also have our selfie adhesive lashes now, and our selfie light sale, which is 2 selfie lights, the actual light, not the lash light.
Clip on the phone.
The clip on the phone light, which I'm going to start calling the selfie lamp next time we print the boxes.
Selfie phone light.
Selfie phone light, yeah, something like that. Anyway, they are 2 for $20. All right, let's see here. Conference ticket payment plans. We went over it last week. Still there. Don't forget. TB conference. Where it's on the website, right? Or backstage?
It should be backstage.
Okay. It's backstage. I'm going to look like Katy Perry right now. What do you think? Okay. Anyway. Ooh! Something exciting happened today. Today, we have a new Share Your Cart feature. Yay! So if you have a friend or a customer who's like, I don't know what I want to get, you can make a cart, hit Share Cart, and send it to them and be like, here, this would be great on you. How exciting is that? Speaking of Jason, thank you, Jason. I'm making his life a living heck today.
We have a video to show for that.
Oh, yes. And he made a quick video for you guys so you see how it works.
Hello everyone, I'm going to take you through how to use the new Share Cart feature. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the website and you're going to find some product that you want to add. So let's take a look at this 9 to 5 lash, and we're going to go ahead and add this to the cart and put that in there. And once you have something in here, you'll see these 2 new buttons, Save This Cart and View Saved Cart. After you have carts that are saved, you can go here to view them. But right now, let's go ahead and save this particular cart. And if you're not logged in, it'll take you to a login screen to log in, and then you can go ahead and add it. But right now, since I'm already logged in, it put it right here at the top. You can view, edit, duplicate, or delete. I'm going to go ahead and edit this because I want to send this particular cart over to Laura. So now I put her name in there. I'm going to save that. So that's Laura's cart that I'm working on. So let's go ahead and view it. And once you're inside viewing it, you can see the items right here. You can go ahead and remove the item, change the quantities of the item. You can edit the name of the cart again, or let's go ahead and add a new item. And let's look for Velvet Kisses, because I think that she would need a lippy here. And of course, my favorite color is Tori Belle Red. So let's go ahead and add that to the cart as well. And we'll save that one. So now we have our cart here for Laura. We're all ready to go. And I want to share it with her. So all your carts are private. So what we're going to have to do is go up here to enable public sharing. And once you enable the public sharing, it's going to go ahead and build out this link that you can share, which includes your web alias. Right now, I am in the direct to corporate. I don't have an affiliate, but your web alias would show up right here. So we're going to go ahead and copy this entire URL, and then we're going to send it to someone. So when you send it to someone in Facebook Messenger, email, text, whatever it is you want to do, they'll take it. When they click on it, it's going to take them to a page that looks just like this, where they have the products in here, the quantities are preset for them. It has the name of the cart for them as well. And all they have to do is add to cart, and the items will get added for them, and they can go ahead and check out.
Hi, I'm Katy Perry. Okay, I'm not. That was fun though. Okay, so we have weekly winners. Are you guys ready? Here's the winners. Here are our weekly live winners. Monica Johnston, Tamar Heredia, Natasha Clark. Now for our affiliate live winner, Nicole Gilbs. Don't forget, comment on our Facebook and YouTube. Congratulations, you guys. You won a 24K lip tint, which is so fun and people are loving it. Oh, super fast. People have been asking me, how does it work? Here's how it works. At a pH of 2, it is transparent. So the more pH you have, the pinker it gets. But it also reacts to moisture in the air and it reacts to heat. So if it's really hot, it's really moist. So if you're in Florida in the summer, you're going to have some pink lips. But in kind of normal indoor temperature, it's going to depend on your pH only. And the fun thing is, what makes it really great with your skin tone is actually that you can see your lips through it because it's a glossy tint. And so it's just going to naturally, not chemically, but naturally also reflect the colors in your skin. So that's how it becomes the perfect tint for you. A lot of people ask that. So that was super fun. Okay, let me just tell you guys really quick. I forgot to say about our winners. The way you win is you share or you comment or you do a call to action. And our call to action this week is show us how you love to apply your magnetic lashes. We all have our favorite ways, right? So you want to post a quick application video and tag us. And we might even use some of those for our website. So that would be fun. All right, we have the hit and win. This is the last week of the hit and win. So don't forget that. Very important. So if you're an affiliate, you have one more week to hit the hit and win. That's super fun. You win a really, really cool bag. And I think I got it all. Did I get it all? Did I forget anything? I pushed right through the end of that.
I think that's it. Travel points have been updated.
Travel points updated. Yay. Thank you, Stacy. Is that it?
I think that's it.
We did it. Okay, guys. Bye.